Well, Iran's sports minister is saying that the country will not be partaking in the FIFA World Cup this summer, this due to the ongoing situation in the Middle East. Let's bring in Margaret Fleming, Foreign Office Sports' soccer reporter, for more. So what exactly is Iran's minister saying here?
Yeah, so the minister said earlier today that under no circumstances would Iran be playing in the World Cup, which is kind of the first really declarative thing that we've seen so far. The president of the Football Federation had previously said we can't look toward the World Cup with hope, but this is sort of really the first big sign. The US and FIFA had previously been saying that they were open to Iran coming. FIFA had said we'd love to see everyone there. Trump had originally said, I don't care if Iran plays. And then just last night, Gianni Infantino, the president of FIFA, posted on Instagram and said, I just spoke with President Trump this evening. He said, of course, Iran is a welcome to come. So FIFA and the US had one stance on it, and Iran is now saying, we're not going to come.
And even if Iran were to partake in the World Cup this summer, even just the logistics of getting them here, playing those games that they would be having in the group stage would have been difficult either way.
Yeah, they were supposed to play 3 games on US soil. That just would have been a really interesting and messy situation all around. Yeah, now it says, not coming, and the question is for FIFA, what's next?
Well, so that gets to the next question. If Iran's not part of this, who replaces them in the group stage? What is next?
FIFA has not come out and said exactly what's going to happen. It is most likely that Iraq will take Iran's place as sort of the next team up from the Asian Football Confederation. Iraq also is currently supposed to play a game at the end of this month in Mexico to earn their spot first time in 40 years, and they have asked FIFA to move that game back because they're dealing with airspace issues and visa issues. So from Iraq's perspective, the coach, has already come out and said this would really work out for his team if Iran dropped out, that then they could slide in and not have to deal with this issue trying to get to Mexico.
And this also comes on the heels of this of what we saw with the women's side of the Iranian team in Australia as well.
Yeah, several members of the Iranian women's team defected to Australia and are staying there. Other members of the team are on their way or have already made it home by now, and are dealing with just a lot of safety issues there. As state TV commentators have said that they're wartime traitors. So several of them decided to stay in Australia and are building new lives there. But there's a lot of questions around their safety for the women that are going back to Iran, for the safety of the families after they had that protest where they didn't sing the national anthem.
So let's go back to the men's side just for a moment. So what happens next? Are we just waiting for FIFA to sort of say declaratively if Iran is a part of this or not, given the fact that the sports minister already says that they won't be?
Yeah, I guess I'm looking out for the Iranian Federation and or FIFA to come out and say this is not happening and kind of lay out the plan for who's next, if it's Iraq, if it's someone else, if there's a different kind of playoff for that spot. There's a lot of teams that are still participating in playoffs at the end of this month for one of 4 spots that remain. Now it's 5. So I don't know if FIFA will try to incorporate that a little, or if they say next team up from Asia and then Iraq automatically gets it.
Is there anything else that you're watching in the next couple days or the next couple hours in terms of how the story sort of progresses?
Yeah, I think just kind of wider. I'm definitely looking at the impacts for some of the other countries, ones that are either playing in or trying to make it to a playoff, ones that are participating, currently players can't get out or whatever the situation is. There are a lot of countries, there are several countries that are in the Middle East that are playing in the World Cup that have been impacted by the military violence. And so I'm definitely looking at a lot of the World Cup ramifications for all those teams.
Front Office Sports soccer reporter Margaret Fleming. Margaret, thank you so much. And stay with Front Office Sports for more on the business and culture of sports.